Wow, okay, first off, I want to apologize. I'm sorry this chapter is late again, but I needed a little bit of time to collect myself after the sheer amount of content that was dumped on us. Truly, I believe the story is getting to its end because this was a dense chapter. So because this chapter defies structure and is telling 3 different stories at the same time, I'm going to forego the normal structure of summary and dissection, and I'm going to do the breakdown of the stories one at a time and dissect them each as I go. So let's start in the Kinomoto house for perhaps Fujitaka and Toya's longest scene together. Seriously, for a father and son, they've exchanged very little dialogue collectively throughout the series, and now they have almost a third of a chapter to themselves, and they spend it talking about Nadeshiko and Sakura. What did you expect? It's called Cardcaptor Sakura, not the Kinomoto family. Fujitaka reveals that he's known all along about Toya's supernatural abilities, because as it turns out, Nadeshiko also had some kind of ability. And he also admits that while he doesn't know the details, he's aware of Sakura's supernatural hobbies, and expresses that he doesn't worry because he knows she's mature enough to handle it. And if she can't handle it, he knows that she has Toya to look after her. This is why I love Fujitaka. He has so much faith in his children. He is truly anime's best dad. In the second story, we're back at Masaki's house. Sakura has been checked out by the doctor from her fainting spell, and they're getting ready to go, but Masaki presents her a gift that belonged to Nadeshiko, and it is the world's most uncomfortable looking pocket watch. Just look at this thing. It's obviously so important to the series, I guess it doesn't matter what it looks like, but wow, what a design. There's 2 things that are important in this segment. The first of which is that Sakura sort of confronts Xiaoran about the fact that he's clearly hiding things from her, and she knows it. She doesn't say it outright, but she does plead with him to confide in her if he's hiding anything. Xiaoran, she knows. Women always find out. And the second important thing is obviously the watch, which is so very important despite that it's implied to have been sitting in Masaki's closet for years. Like I said, it's an obvious Chekhov's gun. Look at the wings, look at the crystal, look at the fact that it's a clock! The villain theme of this series is clocks. This thing is definitely going to be important when Sakura has her final confrontation with this story's big bad, who obviously is Kaito, but I'll get to that. But now we reach the big story, the game changer, the thing that threw a lot of information at us all at once. Back in chapter 21, Kiro and Yukito were hanging out, and I skipped it because there wasn't much going on in it. Kiro brought up a whole Ariel sent me this magic circle on my phone thing, but again, without context, I just kind of ignored it. But now, here in chapter 22, Ariel uses the phone to project himself, and it's here that he dumps a whole lot of knowledge on us. So first off, yes, Kaito is confirmed to be a bad guy. How bad is he? Well, he was exiled from the English Magicians Guild, a guild that, as Kiro's dialogue would imply, is a guild that doesn't really care too much about moral character as long as you're powerful. And he is quite powerful, because Ariel confirms that the D in Yuna D Kaito stands for don't mess with him. Ariel doesn't say it, but it's implied that Kaito is stronger than he is, which is bad news for Sakura because even though the whole last chapter of the original series was about implying Sakura's power was greater than Ariel's, that's obviously more about raw power and potential than actual skill or training, because Sakura has neither, and Kaito, well, they don't just give that D out to anyone. The reason why Kaito was exiled was because he's said to have lost a powerful magical artifact, but Ariel believes that Kaito didn't lose it. He stole it. And it's an artifact that is so dangerous, not only is it not supposed to leave the guild's reach, but they're so afraid that Kaito would use it against them that they haven't pursued him for it. That must be quite an artifact, but what could it be exactly? Well, given everything that's been associated with Kaito, my guesses are either Akiho's book or Akiho herself. The book is an obvious choice. It's an object that can easily be stolen, and whatever it is, it definitely has some kind of connection to the clear cards, either on its own or through Akiho. The clocks on its cover are the same as the clocks that appear in Sakura's dream sequences, and it's written in some magical made-up language. It's a magic book, no matter how you look at it. But what do I mean when I say that Akiho might be the artifact? Well, I theorized several months ago that Akiho might be part of a magical trio, like Sakura, Kiro, and Yue, and Ariel, Ruby, and Spinel. But in this new group, Kaito is the master, and Akiho and Momo are his guardians. And possibly that Akiho could be like Yukito, in that she isn't aware of her magical nature. It isn't too far to reach that maybe, despite Akiho having memories of a family and history, that maybe her existence is as fake as Yukito's grandparents, and she's some sort of living spell that can dream things into existence, which Kaito is cultivating for an as-yet unrevealed purpose. I know that this sudden ramping means that the series must be coming to a climax, and I'll be sad to see the series end, but wow do I want to see where this goes. I can't wait for next month. Please don't disappoint us, Clamp. But then again, it's Clamp. I have faith that we're in good hands. As long as they don't pull some sort of weird body-switching clone thing again like they did in Tsubasa. That was weird and confusing. Anyway, that's chapter 22. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Maybe give me a thumbs up if you liked it. I'm also on Twitter where you can get updates on the projects that I'm working on. And there's also a Tumblr. Links are all in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye!